When you are ready to give the assessment to your students, you will need to find a way to share the URL with them or to share the actual quiz with them. So when you look at my quiz in the version in which students could respond to it, you'll see that my URL up here is huge. I could never expect my students to type that in and get to my quiz. Fortunately, if I go back to the edit mode of the quiz, the Google Forms has an option that allows me to make a shorter URL. So let me show you where that would be. You can send the form, and send is where you'll find all the options for getting the form to your students. You could email it to them, that's a possibility, but I don't want to do that. I want to use the URL. And so here's the link that stands for URL, and there's my big long URL. But right underneath is an option to shorten the URL, and when I tick that box, I get a much easier URL to look at, and it's possible that many of my students could even type that in accurately. But I could still choose to copy this, so I'm going to go ahead and press Command and C on a Mac or Control and C on a PC, copy that URL, and then I'm going to go to my website. I am currently using Weebly, but each website will have features and ways for you to do this. So on my Michigan quiz page, I'm going to add some text, and I'm going to make it a little bigger so you can see it on the screen there. And I'm going to go ahead and type in, click on the link to take the Michigan quiz. And then I'm going to paste the link in. But in this particular website, this would not be clickable for my students. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it and use the link tool, create the link, to make it clickable. And when I do that, I lost my highlighting, so let me do that again. When I do that, I have to paste the link in again, and now, if all goes well, I have a clickable link once I publish this page. Another option I have is that I could take a text box and I could go ahead and I could make words clickable instead of the URL. So, Michigan quiz, do your best, and I can make those words the link. So if I highlight them and click the Create Link tool, I can paste that URL in, and I now have words that will be clickable for the students to use. Or the third option is what's called an embed code. So right here where they have the greater than less than symbol, that's a pretty universal symbol for embed or HTML code. And here is what I need to copy in order to grab this embed code, which means that the form will actually appear right there on my web page. The students won't have to open a link to get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And then I'm going to go back to my website tool, and I have to look for the thing that will let me put embed code on my website. In this case on Weebly, it has that same symbol with an extra slash in it. I can click here and paste in my embed code and then click off of it, and now you can see the quiz is just going to appear right there on my website. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this, and then I'm going to go into my website, and here's my Michigan quiz. Here's one way the students could get to it, clicking the URL, and here they are at the quiz, or clicking on the words Michigan quiz, do your best, and here they are at the quiz in a new window. Or right here, embedded on my website, the students could begin to respond to the quiz, and they wouldn't have to go any further. So lots of options for getting your quiz out to your students and giving them the opportunity to take it.